Good morning, and welcome. My name is Claudia Flisi, and I'm a member of the board of directors of the Unitarian Universalist Church, this church right here in Reston. Whether you're on Zoom or here in the church sanctuary, we're glad you're here with us today. No matter how old or how young you are, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, however you identify, and whomever you love, know that you're welcome here. This community of all ages is a unique and valuable gift. Know that your sounds and your movements are welcome here during this worship service and every Sunday, of course. You're welcome to this place, whether you're attending this service here in the sanctuary or online. So those of us who are lucky enough to be here in this air-conditioned place, let's take a moment to say hi to our online participants. Just a very few announcements. It's the summer, so there really aren't too many announcements. The first is BLUE, which is a strange acronym because it stands for Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism. They're seeking our help to offset the costs of construction of affordable housing in Minneapolis, that beleaguered city. There's a flyer in the West Lobby with a QR code so you can make a contribution to this cause. Soul Matters. You've heard of Soul Matters before. Let me repeat it. It's a small group. It's a great way to get to know other people in the congregation and to explore our monthly themes more deeply than we can after the service, after coffee on Sunday. The groups will be restarting, and new groups will be beginning in September. So if you're interested, please sign up on the page in the East Foyer or use the QR code there or in the e-blast. So check your e-blast so you know where to sign up. Linda Holloway mentioned that we should acknowledge from time to time some of our volunteers who go above and beyond. And so she mentioned that she saw yesterday one of our stalwarts, Meagan Pitluck-Schmitt, who was out there gardening with her family, just out there doing it. She's not part of the gardening committee. She's also been a pianist. She's done a lot of things. And it's just a way to mention that people are doing things unheralded and sometimes unsung, and they're always appreciated and valued. And so top of the hat to her, and others of you know that when you do volunteer, somebody will notice what you're doing. Not only God, as per my commentary 2 weeks ago, if there is, but we don't know. And finally, please shake your taste buds out of the summer doldrums. We're having our first edible adventure this coming Thursday. We're going to an Ethiopian restaurant in Herndon. It's called Enatye, and there's a small group of us. We're going to have a set menu, and we're going to discuss what we're eating and discuss anything else that may come to mind. We're trying to contain the price. The more people, obviously, who join us, the more contained the price will be. But it will be an exotic experience, and we're looking forward to having as many of you join us as you can. Is Dave here, Dave Sparrow? Yes. Yes, okay. So Dave, can you raise your hand? Contact Dave or me, I'll raise my hand, afterwards, and tell us if you're interested. Again, it's Thursday, the 30th of July. It will be at the Enatye restaurant. I'm probably not pronouncing that properly. It'll be for a contained price. It'll be a set menu. It'll be a small group, and it'll be sort of like Soul Matters, except our soul will be in the food more than anything else. So hopefully you can join us. Now let's center ourselves for worship. Please take a moment to silence or turn off your electronic devices, if you have them. Please take some deep, quieting breaths with me. And let's enter our time of worship together.
Choir experience. A pop-up choir experience, which we do sometimes in the summer. So we just met together with this lovely group at 9 o'clock and put together this song for you. We're going to sing it for you right now, and then as the postlude, you will be joining us. So You want to be listening. And I want to welcome some singers here who don't normally sing in the choir, so we're very excited about that.
Good morning and welcome. I am Reverend Aileen Fitzke, and it is my honor to serve this congregation as its minister. Our opening words this morning are by Krista Flanagan. What if everything always went according to plan? At first, we might accomplish more of what we think we need to accomplish, and it may seem less stressful at first, being able to anticipate what happens next. But after a certain amount of time, and that amount of time would vary from person to person, the once comfortable predictability would become less comfortable and, well, boring. If we always know what happens next, we lose the joy of surprise, serendipitous experiences, and the excitement that comes from anticipating the unknown. Friends, let us together with open, curious hearts, ready to explore the unpredictable, learn from its wisdom, and embrace its beauty.
Good morning. Our opening hymn this morning is in your teal hymnal, number 1023. We're actually going to be singing this as a round. So we're all going to sing it together once through, and then I'm going to sing first with this half, and then Jennifer here is going to lead the second half of the room. And we'll sing together as a round twice through, so total of 3 times. Everybody ready? All right, stand as you are able. I always forget that part. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me with all of our voices and all of our visions? Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I building visions. Will you reach out to me? I roll out our voices and reach out our visions. With friends we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you. Will you reach out to me? I roll out our voices and roll out our visions. With friends we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Our chalice lighting words today are titled Different Yet United by Pat Uribe Lichty, a retired social worker and teacher living in Reading, Pennsylvania. We come from many places, along different paths, bringing different truths. We come from different histories and different realities, and yet we come together as one people, with faith that can use our differences to heal ourselves and each other, to bring wholeness to a fractured world. We come seeking to find community, to find acceptance of who we are. In this place, we may find others who are much like us, and others who are much different. May our lit chalice remind us that we are a people taught by different stories with many voices, but always one people working for a world where love creates justice and justice gives birth to peace.
Friends, now is the time in our order of service to sing our covenant together. Love is the spirit of this church. If you're joining us on Zoom, the words will be printed in the chat, or posted in the chat. And if you're here, it's in your order of service and also on the screen here. If this is your first time here, please consider this our blessing to you.
Now is the time in our service when we share our joys and concerns so that no one ever has to hold them alone. If you are joining us remotely this morning, you may wish to light a real or virtual candle wherever you are to mark what is in your heart, as members of the in-person congregation come forward and place stones in the water here in the sanctuary. If those of you at home would like to share what is in your heart today on the congregational chat on the screen, please write to all attendees, and please remember that what you share will be public. Those at home may then read other joys and concerns shared in the chat and enter into your own time of reflection and prayer as we listen to Jennifer play our meditation music. So I invite you all in the sanctuary to come forward and place stones in the water for your joys and concerns. Jennifer, that was one of my favorite songs. Let us be one in prayer and meditation. Spirit of life and love that so faithfully animates our creation, we are grateful for this community that is with us in times of both joy and sorrow. We hold in our hearts this morning all who are facing any hardship or difficulty, those who are grieving or facing illness or injuries to themselves, their friends, or their loved ones. In particular, this morning, we hold in our hearts and prayers all those who are victims of war and violence, for those in detention, for those facing deportation. For them, we light this candle. Let us take a moment of silence, after which we will sing Spirit of Life.
As you all know, we are a self-funded church. We rely on the generosity of you, our members and friends, to fund our daily operations and to ensure that the church and its resources are here for us and for others now and in the future. Your pledges support our worship and music programs. We've had some wonderful examples of the music programs today. Our religious education program, programs for members, programs for friends, community outreach, and connections to Unitarian Universalism nationally. So we now invite you to support the work of UU Reston by making your donation in the collection plate, which we'll be passing around. If you're here in the sanctuary, and those at home don't escape, the link on the slide and in the chat box if you are at home. Thank you for your generosity and for your support of our beloved spiritual home.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, but one believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing, and what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da do, la da 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 dee da da do.
Thank you, Sarah. I feel all my favorite music is being played today. I am not in any way associated with the military, I don't come from a military service family, though my oldest brother did a short stint in the Air Force in the 1970s. It was not what defined us as a family. I have always been a person committed to peace and peace activism. I did a concentration in peace studies at Divinity School. I was part of the Religions and the Practice of Peace Colloquium, which was a collaborative effort of all the graduate programs at the university, looking at peace from a variety of perspectives. So, in January, when I got an email inviting me to accept a nomination to a program, the National Security Seminar, at the United States Army War College, I thought it was spam, and I didn't respond. So shortly thereafter, I got a phone call from the person who had nominated me. "Did you get my email?" she asked. And it was Hannah. Some of you know Hannah. Hannah nominated me. "Did you get my email?" she asked, and I said yes, but I thought it was spam. She assured me that it was legitimate. She had participated in the program a couple years earlier, so she could nominate another person. She told me it was not what I might expect, and she thought I would find it worthwhile. And I had to let her know by the end of January whether I would accept the nomination into the program. Just because I was nominated doesn't mean I'll get picked, right? She assured me that was true, and I promptly forgot about it. In the beginning of March, I got an email from the Army War College congratulating me on being accepted into the National Security Seminar. The National Security Seminar, for those who do not know, is an annual program put on by the Army War College. Mine was the 71st group that had been held. It was the culmination week for a class at the War College that had been meeting for 2 years and was going to be graduating the day after the end of the seminar. The class was a leadership and strategic planning class or something like that, and consisted of mid-career military personnel from all branches of the military. The people in my seminar group were all colonels and above in rank. The National Security Seminar was an opportunity for civilians like myself to take part in the last week of their class, learn more about what they were learning about, and to be able to engage and ask questions about what they were doing and what they were learning. People are nominated to attend in various ways. Like me, they could be nominated by someone who had already attended the program. They could be nominated if a friend was a student in the program, or in the case of some of the military contractors, they could be nominated by their corporations. The resulting group of people who attended was quite diverse. I met people from all walks of life and professions, from the aforementioned military contractors to a man who runs a senior living facility, a woman who leads women's spirituality tours and makes her own essential oils, a former congressional aide who was in the Capitol when it was stormed on January 6th, a former professional football player, a commercial real estate broker, me, a UU minister, and various other people. It was really interesting. And we were each assigned a sponsor who looked after us during the week. I was assigned to an Army chaplain, appropriately enough. He and I ended up having some really fascinating conversations over the course of the week. The guests, as we were called, were embedded within one of the 24 existing seminar groups, 3 or 4 of us per group. Each of these seminar groups had been meeting together for the duration of their 2-year course of study at the college, so they were very bonded to each other. So there ended up being about 16 people in each of the seminar groups. My seminar group consisted of people from the Army, Navy, Air Force, National Guard, and Marines. They had come from locations as far away as postings in Europe and Asia to take these classes. There were JAG lawyers, a military chaplain who did continuing education for other military chaplains, a woman whose job mostly consisted of diplomacy and strategic partnerships to focus on having diverse voices and stakeholders included in all decision-making at a global level. The structure of our days was to attend a lecture in the morning and afternoon, and then separate into our small seminar groups and discuss what we had heard or learned. We heard from an historian, a couple of generals, a person from the State Department, a military historian. During the lectures, I learned about a concept called Chatham House rules. That meant we could share the content and what we learned from the lectures, but we could not disclose who had given them to the people who had not been there. That gave the lecturers the ability to freely speak their minds without repercussions. One of these lectures was the one that gave me the name for this sermon, A Different Perspective. We walked into the lecture hall one afternoon, and there was this map of Asia with Seoul, South Korea in the center of the map. The general who would be giving the lecture that afternoon put that up for us to ponder before he came into the room. When I first looked at it, I noticed it looked slightly off. It wasn't oriented the way I was used to seeing Asia on a map. And indeed, when he came into the room, he explained he had deliberately oriented a map in a way that was not usual to the way we were used to seeing it. Because, he said, it is useful for us to see things from a different perspective than we're used to seeing them. When we do that, he said, we see different things. We orient what we see in unique ways. For him, it was to help the group see the proximity to strategic partnerships and allies in ways they may not have thought of before. His lecture was my favorite of the week because though it was ostensibly about our Pacific Strategic Plan, it was more about leadership and perspective in general. In fact, when we went back to our seminar classrooms after the event, the participants complained that it was more a lecture on leadership and not so much about contributing to our knowledge about strategy in the Pacific region. For me, however, it was eye-opening because he spoke about things that I was not expecting. He spoke about compassion. He spoke about seeing things through another person's perspective. It was a leadership class that would not have been out of place at any UU leadership series. I left the lecture feeling reassured that there were still adults in the room in military leadership. Especially when our conversation in our seminar group centered around the risks to a person like him speaking out against corrupt military leadership and the risks that they would have to take, though they didn't necessarily couch it in that language. By far the highlight of the week, I just wanted to put my picture. There's a picture of you see me with all my military friends, my new military friends. But by far the highlight of the week was our military tour of Gettysburg. Our seminar group was led by a history professor from the college, a former Marine fighter pilot, and his specialty is the Battle of Gettysburg. I touched upon this battle, this a little bit in my 5th of July sermon. He gave us a pre-lecture on the Civil War the previous morning, and the first thing he asked us was the Civil War about slavery or states' rights? And then he said it was about slavery, 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 and don't let anyone else tell you different. While the guests were allowed on the tour, it was really geared toward the students in the class. So with each battle site we toured, he described a couple of scenarios of what might be the possible decision that the historical leaders might have chosen. And then he asked the students, what would you do? And then he would tell us what the actual strategy they used. But the most surprising part was that between descriptions of battle, he would stop and get philosophical, giving little side talks on truth and integrity, to be wary of lies and misinformation, telling them that though physical strength was important, so were emotional and spiritual grounding, that strength that they needed to take a holistic view on what they thought strength might mean. What I learned from this experience is that things are complex. My view and perception of the military has always been very secondhand. And there was this perception, at least for me, that the military was mostly about fighting and strategy about fighting, and it is that. But it's also more. The people I met were thoughtful, mature human beings for whom the military was also about partnerships and relationships. There was much role on the talk of diplomacy, figuring out ways not to have to use violence as a first course of resolving conflict. And there were a couple of lectures given by those who scared me, those whose strategies and talks centered all around American interests to the exclusion of all others. And there were moments of veiled and overt propaganda which left me feeling a little cynical. I learned a lot by being there and put a human face on those making decisions about war and conflict, diplomacy and peacemaking. It is good to step outside our comfort zones, and this was very much outside my normal comfort zone. It helps me to humanize those I perceive as being different and who I might have believed had different goals and strategies for defining their world. But my interactions with the military leaders in my seminar group were mostly positive, and some of them who I had perceived as being a little bit uber-aggressive at first turned out to be some of the most thoughtful people I met. These interactions helped me see where I might be blind to the intents and interests of others who actually have the same ultimate goals and interests as my own. And that is to create a more safe, just, and livable world. Overall, I was amazed and surprised by the caliber of people I met and interacted with, both the students and the other guests. And maybe that too has to do with why I met them and liked them so much, because they self-selected for this program. I think it is important for all of us to step outside our comfort zones, see the world through different eyes, meet people who might make us feel uncomfortable, disrupt stereotypes. As Chimamanda Adichie says, stereotypes are true, but they are also incomplete. We need to take time to widen our view, get a more complete picture of the things that scare us, move beyond fear toward understanding. Like all the creatures in our time for all ages story who only saw the cat through their own incomplete lens, what we see might not be the whole picture. So I ask you to disrupt stereotypes, allow discomfort. It is through doing these things that we learn not to be afraid. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing hymn this morning is number 346, Come Sing a Song With Me. Rise in body or spirit and sing, Come Sing a Song With Me, number 346.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me, that I might know your mind, and I share a rose with me. Come share a rose with me, that I might know your mind. And I'll bring you hope when hope is hard to find. And I'll bring a song of love and a rose in the winter time.
Our benediction this morning is by Tom Shade. My friends, there is a power at work in the universe. It works through human hands, but it was not made by human hands. It is a creative, sustaining, and transforming power, and we can trust that power with our lives. It will sustain us whenever we take a stand on the side of love, whenever we take a stand for peace and justice, whenever we take a risk. Trust in that power. We are together held by that power.
We now extinguish this flame. But not the light of hope and truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry forth in our hearts until we are together again.
For our postlude today, the pop-up choir, we're going to do a reprise of the song we sang earlier called Set Us Free by Serena Partridge. The words are on the back of your order of service, and we invite you to join in with the melody. We will sing in unison the melody together with you. Then you'll hear some of us break into other parts, but you don't need to worry about that. You just keep singing the melody with Sarah and Nadine and David. They will be singing the melody. I would like to thank Sarah and Jennifer for leading our music so beautifully this morning.
Let the fields soften in
Thank you to our pop-up choir. Another round of applause for the pop-up choir. And thank you all for being here this morning, both in person and online. Have a wonderful afternoon.